Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Yesterday's game between the Knicks and the Thunder didn't feature a lot of defense, so it came down to who was going to be able to make shots. Overall, the team's stats were pretty similar, but if you look at the three-pointers, that's what the Knicks used to give them an advantage. And certainly in the first half, they made 10 of 18, and the Thunder had a real problem defending it that we'll show you. And then down the stretch, they had some real defensive breakdowns that are real basic stuff you can't have playing against a good team, and that would be worrisome if I were a Thunder fan. On what looked like a routine drive to the hoop that Russell Westbrook missed, he doesn't bother running back on defense, upset at not getting a call that didn't exist. As a result, the Knicks attack 5-on-4, leaving Sefolosha by himself on the left side. Felton splashes the three. Shumpert got two quick fouls, so Woodson brought in J.R. Smith early, and that left Kevin Durant to guard Prigioni. Perkins is so concerned with Melo, he leaves 10 feet of space between him and his man Tyson Chandler. As a result, he's nowhere near to hedge on this pick and roll. Durant doesn't even try fighting around the screen, and Prigioni hits the three. On this sideline screen and roll, Russ does a good job forcing the ball handler towards the baseline, but carelessly tries a playground steal from behind, forcing Sefolosha to help from the weak side. An easy skip pass gets Kidd an open look. For the screen and roll on top, the Thunder defense brings the screener's man high to hedge. This allows Chandler to slip the screen and receive the pass. The weak side wing, Sefolosha, must rotate over to help, giving Jason Kidd enough daylight to bury a three. Again, Russ drives to the hoop out of control, is angry he doesn't get the call, then doesn't run back on defense. It takes him 6 seconds to even appear in the screen. Sefolosha again is left to defend two players, and Kidd splashes another open three. I know I sound like a broken record, but helping one pass away gives up easy three-point shots. Collison should be helping, and Reggie Jackson sliding down to help Collison. Instead, Sefolosha leaps way out of position, giving up a great look to Steve Novak. In a bizarre lineup that has only played 23 minutes together all season, Felton, Kidd, Smith, Novak, and Copeland caused matchup problems. Collison couldn't keep Copeland in front of him, and Derek Fisher foolishly helps one pass away, giving Novak one of the easier looks he'll see all season. Here, the Thunder can't even pick up their men correctly, as Perkins inexplicably guards Melo, and so does Kevin Durant. You can see Durant throw up his hands in confusion and/or disgust. On the weak side, for reasons unexplained, Ibaka gives Copeland 20 feet of room, gets stuck under the Chandler screen, and Copeland gets the easiest look he's had all year. On this turnover, OKC gets three guys back, but Ibaka just blindly runs back to the lane, never checking to see that the hottest guy on the planet was trailing. This is the easiest look Melo has had all year. So let's move on to the fourth quarter in crunch time, because there were some key mistakes here that were made by the Oklahoma City Thunder in transition on defense, and Mike Woodson used this kind of weird lineup with Copeland at center, and that caused a lot of matchup problems. And in a game like this, where offense rules, whoever scores last wins. In transition, Kidd has to pick up Durant. Copeland needs to realize this and run to Kidd's man Kevin Martin. Instead, he stays on the left side, OKC makes the extra pass, and Kevin Martin gets the easiest look he's had all year. The Thunder do a great job spacing the floor for this high pick and roll, with Fisher alone on the right wing and Durant and Kevin Martin on the left. Kidd can't help one pass away, since he'd be giving up a wide open three to Kevin Martin, and the weak side help is non-existent since J.R. Smith had to stay with Fisher. Great finish by Reggie Jackson. In transition, Melo inexplicably doesn't go to guard his man Kevin Durant. As Reggie goes exploring, Melo doesn't yell to anyone to pick up his man, and the Knicks leave the now second most lethal scorer in the league open. KD knows what to do with the rock, Thunder lead. With OKC clinging to a 1-point lead, the Knicks overload the left side with three players and run a 1-5 pick and roll on top. Ibaka is too low to hedge and not in the right spot to sag and contain. Durant doesn't help in time, Chandler gets a layup. On this pick and roll call by Scott Brooks, Durant is being denied by Melo, and it's as if he already knows he ain't getting the ball anyway. He just grabs his knees and stands there. Westbrook has no options as Chandler steals the pass after he jumped into the air. Down one, there is no sense of urgency with Durant on defense. He has no idea where the ball is, he doesn't see the J.R. Smith screen, and he's late getting in position to defend. Then he dives by on a foolish gamble, basically causing this mellow basket. A simple down screen for Durant, and the Knicks switch this. J.R. Smith does his best to angle Durant out of the lane on this drive, and Chandler expertly comes over and pressures the miss. OKC actually plays great rotational defense as Melo tries to drive and kick. The Thunder defenders hustle back into position, but J.R. Smith has no mercy on this tough shot. While Westbrook was 1 for 2 from the three-point line thus far, there is no need to shoot a quick three-pointer here when you're down 4, especially when you're the third best three-point shooter out there. The Thunder do not play ice on the sideline screen and roll, opting to hedge high. This causes a switch and a mismatch. While Felton almost loses the ball and does a game-saving dive, Russell Westbrook wandered away from where he should have been, and J.R. Smith makes them pay big time. Durant runs high pick and roll and gets the switch, but misses Ibaka underneath the hoop. Instead, he tries to take Chandler off the dribble, but Chandler is up to the task and OKC loses its last chance to get back in this game. So there you have it, sports fans. The Knicks are on the roll at the right time, apparently peaking to grab that second spot in the East, which is key because they won't have to face the Heat until the conference finals. Will they continue to shoot this well? I don't know. If Carmelo and J.R. Smith continue to be as efficient as they have been, then they could do some serious damage. I don't think they can beat the Heat, but they can get there, and they can give the Heat a lot of problems. So we'll have to see. OKC, on the other hand, is still demonstrating some defensive issues. It ain't their offense at all. You can complain about Russell Westbrook, which I know I do quite a bit, but you know what? It's not the offense. It is the defense. And that's a question they've had for 2 years. I don't necessarily see any improvement in that end. So we don't know if they're going to be able to overcome some of these tough teams in the West. It'll be really interesting. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for lots more coming up at B-Ball Breakdown. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?